Another way to put together these lamellars. The armor in certain part of the body doesn't need to be so in some part of the body. These pieces can be fixed with these plastic things, you know, because you don't need so much flexibility in certain part of the body, and because this is plastic, you don't have to worry about these things breaking down, you know. Quite stable. They're quite stable. This part will be for the leg. This part will be for the leg, and because I want this armor to be quite tight to the leg, you know, I have to reduce thickness, because if I use this string, what happens is that the armor becomes really thick, you know, almost like 2 centimeters. When you put this like this and then you put it like this and like this, it's almost 1 centimeter, and then with this on top it's another, you know, it's almost like 2 centimeters. So for the legs I thought this way is the best. Also it's quite quick. Here I will have to use this string, but I will use another string, a much thinner string. Let me do one more. It's very easy. And after, when you finish, you cut this part and you smooth it out with a little bit of fire here, just a little bit, to make it smooth, you know, otherwise it's sharp. It's very simple, very easy. I am trying different ways to make it more simple, and more quick. You see how quickly this goes? It's very quick, and it's very thin, you know, very thin. In this way you can use these armor parts more tight to the body. In this case the legs, otherwise you will have the legs really thick if you put this on your legs. After you cut here, and here it's very sharp. To avoid this, you try to cut one more piece. It's very smooth, but to make sure, you use a little bit of fire, just a little bit, and it become smooth. very smooth. It's very easy. Always be careful. It's already smooth. You don't need to use the fire. Always be careful. Now this piece of armor, you can see how it proceeds. So I put here I put the same string, the blue string, you know, but I used it only one small thread, you know, even thinner than this, and the result is it is a little bit moving, it is a little bit flexible, but the distance, the thickness is very, very much less, diminished, you know. And here I used another kind of string. This is lace. I used lace for shoes, and it's very sturdy, very tight. It makes the armor very tight, but also a little bit thinner here. Meanwhile, with the original blue thread, it's almost like 2 centimeters. And the whole piece fixed with the pieces of plastic, these ones, this plastic, I don't know the name of this in English. So the combination between this piece of plastic, the more stable black thread for shoes, lace for shoes, it makes the whole piece quite sturdy and quite solid, because, like I said, some parts of the body do not need a very flexible armor. In this case I am trying to make the protection for the legs, and it will be like that. Maybe I will succeed, maybe it will be too rigid, we will have to see. But this piece can also be used for shoulder, on top of the shoulder. You see how stable it is? It's very stable. It is very stable, and it is rather thin in comparison to the previous pieces I've made. So this is another way of doing. You use these plastics for the middle, and you use a thinner thread for the top. In this case I used the blue, but I just took one slice out. Or here you can use another thread. In this case it's a lace for shoes. It's very stable. You almost don't need to make knots here. it's so stable, you know. Stays quite stable, you know. Of course, these lamellar are used today. These are not the lamellars from the gasoline tank or water tank. This is the other type of plastic I showed you in my previous videos. It's a very strong plastic, but very thin. And I think it reacts to paint very well. The paint sticks very well. This is a spray paint. I don't think it's acrylic. So this is my other way of doing the lamellar, to put the lamellar pieces together. You can think of making a lamellar armor more rigid in this way, or shoulder pieces or leg pieces. We have to see. Interesting, because using this